Now, I've been watching all these Dubai YouTube videos lately, and I got to tell you, most of them are either complete fantasy or they're scaring people away with outdated nonsense. I'm Hamid Al Ali. I'm a local Emirati born and raised right here in Dubai, and today I'm going to give you the real truth about what's actually like to live in Dubai in 2025. Let's start with why everyone's talking about Dubai. Zero personal income tax. And you know what? That's still true in 2025. And whatever your gross paycheck is, that's exactly what enters your bank account. No deductions going to the government whatsoever for taxes. I had a client recently, successful entrepreneur from the UK, who was used to paying a lot of income tax over there. Even with Dubai's costs, he's keeping an extra $180,000 a year just from the tax savings alone. But here's what I tell people up front, and this is crucial. If you're not making serious money, this move to Dubai doesn't make financial sense. You need to be earning enough that the tax benefits actually matter, because Dubai in itself is not cheap. Something else that really stands out globally for Dubai is that it is one of the safest places you can live in the world. And I can tell you that confidently, especially as someone who has lived here most of his life. This is probably the first time many of my clients have ever felt this safe by moving to this city. You can go out at 2 a.m. in the morning and feel completely fine, even if you're a woman. You'll see families outside with children in the middle of the night. That's perfectly normal and safe. And I had one client who left an expensive luxury bag on the back of a taxi. And hours later, she realized that and made a few phone calls, and the taxi driver actually delivered it right straight to her house. You don't get that level of honesty anywhere else in the world. And you'll hear countless stories about this on the news when it comes to Dubai. We have a low crime rate here. You don't see fights happening in the street as much as you would think. There's no gang crime. And if you're raising a family, you can easily let your kids go out into the park without having them to worry. And one of the things you will find out when you move to Dubai is the convenience that you have here. There are apps like Noon and Careem where you can pretty much order anything and it'll arrive anywhere from between 15 to 20 minutes. And the thing about shopping malls here, you don't have to worry about it being a Sunday evening and wondering if a restaurant or a shop is going to close, because from Monday to Sunday, they're literally open every day until midnight. You do get kind of used to having everything on demand wherever you want to go right here in the city. But here's what most people don't factor in. This convenience comes at a premium. And if you're not careful, you'll blow through your money without even realizing. And I see people spending $2,000 a month just in restaurants and deliveries because they never learn how to actually plan ahead for their food expenses. Now let's talk about real numbers, because everyone wants to know what it actually costs to live here. For rent, if you want a one-bedroom apartment in a decent area like downtown Dubai, that's going to cost you $3,500 per month. And if you want something more affordable like Jumeirah Village Circle, which is popular with expats, you're looking at about $1,900 per month. But remember, this doesn't include any of your bills like the air conditioning, like water, gas, the utility bills. It's separate. And we haven't even touched on the grocery costs, the lifestyle, or even the transport. So if you really need to budget, you'll need to budget at least $4,000 a month for comfortable lifestyle, and that's being conservative. Let's talk about transport. You pretty much need transport here because the roads are big. And this place is not designed for walking, especially in a hot country with the sun beaming down on you. And if you're going to rent a car, and most people do, the cheapest monthly option is typically like a Nissan Sunny, which will cost you anywhere from $500 a month. Now, obviously, if you want something bigger or fancier, it's going to cost you a whole lot more, like those Lamborghinis that you see with people and influencers right here in Dubai. But here's something nobody actually warns you about: fines. You will literally get fined on the roads of Dubai for lots of things, from speed cameras, parking violations, lane discipline. I've seen people rack up thousands of dollars in fines within a month, which is absolutely insane. So be sure to follow the rules, because let's talk about those rules. Everyone's worried about them, yes, but there are some strict rules here that might surprise you. Social media is regulated in Dubai and the UAE as a whole. And if you're someone who's heavily opinionated about a lot of different things, you cannot be tweeting or on Facebook talking negatively about any person living in the UAE, the country, or its own rulers. Because if you do, you're probably gonna get a phone call from the Dubai police asking you to come down to the station. You cannot make FaceTime calls or WhatsApp calls without a VPN. You have to set your location to a different country to use those services, or use different services that are available here like Botem, which is available as a video call service. So to keep it short, there's no tolerance for crimes committed here. From major crimes to even minor crimes, it can lead to a permanent deportation from the country after serving time. But here's what most people don't understand. These rules create the social cohesion and safety that make Dubai so attractive in the first place. You want to know why there's no crime here? This is part of it. Now, when it comes to alcohol, let's clear up some confusion about it. Alcohol is not banned in the UAE, and it's not illegal. But you do need to remember that this is a Muslim country. So you cannot just walk into an off license and buy alcohol. And there are some places that don't serve alcohol at all. The largest shopping mall in Dubai, Dubai Mall, as you know, absolutely nowhere in there you can go and buy alcohol. But you can visit hotels, nightclubs, beach clubs, and they will sell it to you. So for those people that really care about alcohol, there are specific places for that. Let's talk about the weather, especially in the summer months from June through August. It actually gets to over 50 degrees Celsius. Even if you step out on your balcony for a minute to hang clothes, you'll literally feel the burning heat. I'll tell you that. I would avoid walking outside of my house or office until it was at least 5 p.m. You'll see people avoid as much as they can being outside to avoid the heat and the humidity that comes during the summertime. And this is why so many people tend to leave Dubai during the summer and don't return until September or October. And this is actually completely normal for a lot of people that live here. Now, the truth about finding a job in Dubai, it's not easy. With the population increasing, competition going up, and it's already high to begin with. I know people who moved here with a partner who had a job, but they didn't. And they spent over a year depending on their partner's earning while trying to find and secure their own job. So please, don't just think that you're going to move to Dubai and figure it out once you're there. Make sure you at least secure something before you move, or at least have 6 months of savings that can sustain you while you search for those certain opportunities. And when we talk about job opportunities, let's talk about networking. Because here's what makes Dubai special for business. Over 90% of people living here are expats. And you'll find people from all sorts of different cultures, and everyone's embracing each other's culture, which is very interesting when you think about it. On a daily basis, you could be bumping into a very successful person, entrepreneur, millionaire, high net worth individual, and it's completely normal. There are networking events constantly. There are crypto events, there are real estate events, there's exclusive networking clubs, a whole network of people who could open doors for you. Your network is your net worth. And Dubai is really the best place for expanding your circle. Now, when it comes to passports, let me be clear about something. If you think you're going to come to Dubai and get offered a UAE passport, that will not happen. They do not give passports just like that. The closest thing you're ever going to get here is the 10-year golden visa if you meet certain investment criteria right now. But the great thing about this residence visa, it gives you everything you need to build a successful life here for you and your family. The bottom line is, look, Dubai isn't for everyone. And if you can't handle the structure, if you can't afford the lifestyle, if you can't respect the local customs, then this isn't the right place for you. But if you're a professional who values safety, convenience, tax efficiency, and international opportunities, and you're willing to respect the local culture, then Dubai can be a life-changing move for you. And the key is doing it right from the very beginning with someone who actually knows how the system works. And if you're a serious entrepreneur or investor looking to move and make this move successful, reach out to me directly, and you can find me on Instagram at DubaiCatch, or go to DubaiCatch.com to schedule your consultation. I'll personally review your situation and help you understand whether Dubai makes sense for you, and if it does, how to properly move there from day one. This is your chance to stop guessing and start succeeding in a city designed for ambitious people who understand how to work within the system and with